And good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the November 19th edition of Makers and Movers podcast. I'm your host, Todd. How are you doing today, folks? Hopefully, well. Little update for today. We'll talk about last night, how we did with Tuesday with Todd last night, show off some things from there. And then today's topic is going to be the festive follow up because we know we are we're in the season, right? Everybody's going strong. Things are picking up. If they have not already, they will be. Now, and what we're looking at doing is what do we do next, right? Like what happens after the holiday rush? Might end, but what do we do next? What happens in the first quarter? So that's what we're going to talk about. The festive follow up today. Now, it's your first time here, a long time here. Couple things I need from you right now. I need to know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, and what the weather is like in your area. Why? Because we want to know. We like enjoy it. Uh, the next is your five things. Bam! Five things. What are five things that you are going to accomplish today? Maybe we should also throw in there, what's your favorite musical? Since I found out last night, we are quite the musically inclined bunch. I enjoyed that because maybe we need to throw a new soundtrack in some things. And then finally, make sure to go like and subscribe and share. Like it's just free. If you go up there and you hit that little link that says share and you go to your page and you post it right there if you're on Facebook and you can share and you can share. Sharing's caring, folks. Let's go ahead and share the love. Where is the love? Now let's check in and see how people are doing, right? Gabriella, good morning, good afternoon, right? Good afternoon to you. We're in Italy. Keith, good mornings from the sunny Space Coast there in Florida. Coffee in the cup. Oh, why don't I roll through mine? So, right here, it's overcast. It's drizzly. It's not raining. It's drizzly. So it's meh outside. It sucks because we need sun for sparkle. We need sun for sparkle, especially the stuff that we made last night because Hattie's like, I'm wearing that today. As far as what's in here, not my favorite Celsius because I'm not a peach fan, but peach vibe. It has a peachy flavor, not like an artificial peach flavor. So it's okay. Not good. That's the thing of the variety packs. They push the prep we don't want, but we got to go with it. Barb, good morning to you. North Central Minnesota. 34 cloudy, water in the cup, five things, sewing alterations, TRW wizard, yeah, invoicing, digitizing, prep, embroidery, work orders. Love it, love it, love it. Renee, morning, 43, the way to 46, overcast Chicagoland. It's like that down here, so you're probably stuck with it all day. Water in the bottle, tea in the cup, and tea prepping. Morning, Barb. And why is the screen so small? You are watching on the profile. You're watching on this feed. You're watching on the portrait feed. There's two feeds in YouTube land. There's this one, that's portrait. So for people using their phone, and then there's landscape. You're watching on the computer, so that's why there's two. One I can see you got this little thing right there. Like Jeanette's got the little thing right there too. Jerry, good morning to you. Jeanette, good morning to you. Tim, good morning. And cold and lazy day. Cold and lazy day. What's cold over there in Fahrenheit? Because I'm not a Celsius guy. The only Celsius I know is Celsius. I know zero is freezing and 100 is boiling. That's as far as I go. Yay, musicals! You missed out, Cindy. Man, Cindy, we got some good talk last night on that. Mamma Mia. Renee's five things. First, Chipley store. Woo! You're gonna love it. You are going to absolutely love it. When you, especially after you, the first one is kind of like clunky because you're like, what's there? And then as you get into it, but the first time when you add in all your artwork, and because my process is, if we go with down the line of things where here's the artwork, yeah, because I do artwork, process, then products, right? And that first time you hit products and you pick out all the, which designs go on things, and then hit it, and it just and it comes back and all your mock-ups are done. Oh my, you're gonna why the hell did I wait so long on this? Why? This is me speaking to me, not me speaking to you, Renee, but me speaking to me, Todd. Why are you a cheap ass and why did you keep pushing it off? Because it was an investment. You just bought back so much time with it. So love it, love it, love it. And then Renee, you will love more than I believe anything else at the end of that. At the end of the store, when you close it and you run the reports, and it gives you piles of, hey, these designs go on this and it goes on that. Renee, I'm just gonna say you just might explode with excitement. So I'm really, I can't wait to hear your thoughts on that. Oh, so finish the replay of last night, Tuesday with Todd, morning, Jerry and Tim. Very good. West Virginia out there, cold outside. Jerry's from Ohio. Cinnamon tea in the cup, granola in the bowl. Granola in the bowl. Hi, Cindy. Sam says your tree cakes. Cindy found an inn for Black Friday at Menards. Was that right, Cindy? Menards, Black Friday, tree cake, something like that. Claudette, good morning, crew. Raining Baltimore. Everybody's kind of got. Nobody said it. Oh, besides Keith down there. Everybody's kind of got it. What brand tea? Cinnamon sounds good, Jerry. Yeah, because when you click on the feed, there's two different ones. There's one that's this way and there's one that's that way. So you can watch either one from a laptop, from a computer, but there's two different feeds. This one, that one. What we found is offering two ones where we gain more people, and yeah, that's what we have it. Watching in phone in landscape view. Landscapes rule. I do landscape on the phone as portrait is too annoying. I get it. Recovering and catching up. What's new in Craftland with the crew? We did some rhinestone designs last night. We talked, gave State of the Union on where we are on things. Quick recap. Wizard 26 subscription is going to drop December 2nd. If we couldn't have it out by today, I was holding it until after the holiday because I did not want to go into a 5.5 day break with nobody being able to offer any tech support because that would frustrate people. So December 2nd is when it's going to launch. 2 weeks from yesterday. We're going to have Rhinestone transfers available. One CAMS machine is there. Probably won't start custom transfers until next year because we need to make sure both machines up and running so we're good to go on it. Make sure that inventory levels are fine with it. There is a lot of stuff we need to purchase for that. We'll probably spend another 10 grand on just supplies for it. So I want to just make sure we're good to go on that. But we're getting there. So CAMS machine's there. That's working through it. Black Friday sales going on today. If you're in the market for a cutter, the Puma is on sale for a ridiculously low price. And there's only a handful of them available. Once they're gone, that's it. So if you're in the market for a new cutter, swing that deal for it. And then what else do we have? One other thing. Do we have any? Was that it? I think that was pretty much it of it. So we can show off what we did last night because this is the transfer. This is the shirt that we made. In fact, this was Bling Book pages, and today I decided I'm gonna get the magnetic hooks. So then boop, I can hang them right here on stuff as we're done with them, and I can swap that out. And that's why we went this way. But there it is. The two color Mrs. Claus, and these ones it was lava, and these were our 16 facet premium stones, which if you haven't seen these ones, holy moly, you talk about that sparkle. Look at that sparkle. Oh, those 16 facet bad boys are some sparkling mofos. So look at that, just like that. So we did that. Then we did this one. Yay! We did this one, Believe. We did Believe. There's the Believe, and you can see it's got some aqua in there, some red cyan, some crystal, some emerald, some light Colorado, and these, just as blingy as ever. These are the ones that I think next week we're going to start offering for sale. Now we're going to do probably a handful of designs, and we're going to rotate through them through the holidays. So, we'll go from this, and then after this will be Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day. We'll have a handful, and it's going to be a separate listing. It's not going to be stuff where it ships out the same day. Give us, 3-5 days, not 35, 3 to 5 days for those to be ready because it does take time, and we only want to make sure that we have it. But we're going to start off on those. So I'm going to pick out some designs. I'm actually going to build the inventory up for it, so we should be good to go. But I believe super cute, and I cannot wait to see you press that. So we have that going with it, and that's it right there. Let's be honest, you're talking to me too. Me and you are one and the same, right? Jeff Morning, Top Barb, Renee, Tim, Grandma Jerry, 43 foggy in there in Northern Kentucky. Diet Coke in the cup. 5 things. Packed mailbox run file setup for UV. New acrylic blank setup in 3D print. Very, very nice. You know me so well. I love a good report. I know, and you're gonna love it. 100% love it. Claudette trying to understand how transition from Wiz to 5 new subscription. What you need with that, Claudette? We can try to help you with that. 5 will work. You do not need to upgrade to the subscription service. 5 will work as long as you never upgrade your Corel. When Corel comes out with their new version in March, if you upgrade to that Corel or Wizard 5, will not work with it. So that's the biggest thing that we're going to hammer home for the next 3 months. So if you're not on the subscription, do not upgrade because 5 will not work because it's a Corel thing. And that's what we're going. I saw her post about that. Post about what? Oh yeah, about the Menards. I bet that's what it was. It's just the other feed. So you got to stop, go to the channel, and instead of picking out this one, you pick out this one, and then you'll be good to go with it. But I'll try and stay centered right here, and then you'll be good with it. Cindy's drinking a Black Raz Airheads energy drink. Ooh, 5 things: clean displays, stitch towels, print earring cards, finish making ear wires, cut marine vial, craft show move in 1 week. Yes, Menards. See, I don't remember. I got it there. Jeff, why you got to spell my name wrong? It's great grandma Jerry. That's what I thought she said. Claudette, what does it mean for monthly subscription going forward? What's your questions with that? Because with the once it all comes out on the second, we'll put it out there. Currently, Hall of Fame members are the only ones. There are beta testers for it. They're going through. We're finding issues with it. There's a little quirks in it, but nothing major so far. A lot of it is in the first initial install process of the installer. We got a new update last night, so we're going to run through that because, like, my 5 things today, we got store updates we need to do. We've got supplies that need to get ordered. We've got artwork that needs to get approval. We've got sales tax we need to pay. But sales tax is a good thing because we're paying taxes, we're making sales, so not that bad a thing. And then Wizard, that's my 5 things that we're working on there for it. Let's see. Jeff, just making sure you're paying attention. You pass right there. Keith, does Wizard 5 have to be installed in order to install 6? Tried to install 26 new computer and couldn't find. That's what we're going through, Keith. If you just, I'll post. If you let's see, let me go in and I'm going to post a link in here. So if anybody has any Wizard issues, what we can do is here's the link to use for it. And this is in all things Wizard. All things Wizard. Let me grab that link and I'm gonna go ahead and post it in here so that way you can do it. Um, because we have seen a few issues, and that's the thing we're trying to get banged out before we launch to make sure we don't have that. But I'll post that link in here. You can go in there, right click, copy paste, fill that out with what's going on, Keith, and then we can get you rocking and rolling with it. Gosh, we will go over all that when we drop it in 2 weeks because we're putting it out there. It'll be in the listing. It'll be all of that, and we'll start going through that more. Miss Claus is cute. Then we're doing another Miss Claus because we wanted to do her blowing the bubble gum, so that way we have Mr. and Miss Claus. We have Santa and Mrs. Claus. Why do we say Mr. Claus? Mrs. Claus, Santa Claus together blowing bubbles and be good to go. Way to keep her on her toes, Jeff. That's right. It should. Um, the My biggest thing that I had with it is because you don't use it all the time. I think I've used it like 3 times when I was down at TRW. It's just a setting things. Once the settings are dialed in, and that goes with everything, we should be good to go with it. Um, once you once you have your blade adjusted, your speed, your settings, you should be fine with that. Watch for snowflakes and believe on the site. Yes, yeah, because snowflakes. I got that one right here, Jerry. Right there, the snowflakes. We'll have the snowflake one there too. And they said there won't be any customization, so you can't say, "Oh, I want it in this color and that color." Nope, it is what it is. So there will be aqua snowflakes that will be on the site, the believe, and there'll probably be some other ones there for you. Oh, Gabriela's got a good question. When using silhouette for cutting templates for rhinestones, is the size in inches? For example, on one TRW, it calls for 0.13. Yes, 0.135 inches. Or what is that in millimeters over there? In freedom units, 1.3 or 0.135. We're going to see what 0.135 inches is in millimeters, inches to millimeters, because that should be like 3.429 is what it is in millimeters. There we go. So we got that. If we upgrade now, do the monthly credits after the first year. If you upgrade now, if you upgrade when it comes out, if you upgrade it in December, you will always get the $29.99 monthly credits. That deal will go away at the end of the month, at the end of the month, end of the year, end of the month, because it'll be December. So that deal will go away, and we'll have all these listed out when it launches, so that there. Yeah, the In fact, I just seen Barb where because of the update that came through last night should make it work, and that way we could do it. So that way it should. We'll find out when they get in here this morning because I think that should clear up that problem there with it, and then be good to go with it. What is the last version of Corel that 5 will work with? I am currently using, what am I, 2025. So Corel 2025 is it's working with. So the current one here, it'll be there. Um, and it says, I love Miss Claus. Thank you for making it match the other one. Perfect. Well, and she's not blowing the bubble. It was like after I looked at it, I'm like, what is missing from this? And it wasn't until I put it, I'm like, she should be blowing a bubble. But now that's when we'll have that for next week for it there. So we'll be good to go on that. You're very welcome, Jerry. Yes, put it in there. Yeah. If you can't change it to it, we can do the conversions. That way you'll know to go. Super news, Todd, about the update. There it is. Super news. Super news, super news, super news. So what do you say? We rambled, we got the stuff, we're rocking and rolling in here. Where is my notes? I gotta find my notes on the stuff so that way we'll pull that up and we can get, right into today, right? That's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about what do we do after the holidays? What happens when this whole thing, I was going to say comes crashing down, but it shouldn't come crashing down when the high of the holidays is gone, right? Is that the right thing? The high of the holidays? I think that sounds a lot better, right? The high of the holidays is gone. Well, we're going to talk about following up so that way we can keep that rolling because right after the holidays, right after we get through this January, hey, right into Valentine's Day. So we can go right into the stuff with there. Because the rush might end there in December, but it's not where our business story should stop by any means. A lot of businesses will pour all of their energy into getting those Christmas orders done and out. But then what happens? They just kind of collapse and go quiet till springtime. January. January is when real brand loyalty is built. Your holiday buyers, they've already trusted you once. They've worn your shirts, they've gifted your designs, they've seen your packaging, on their kitchen table. Yeah, that's just not a sale. That's really that relationship starter. And the best businesses, they don't treat December as a finish line. They treat it more as like the introduction. So today we are going to talk about how we can keep that momentum going, baby, after the tree comes down. Learn how to use some thank yous, some follow-ups, maybe some thoughtful packaging, turn that one-time Christmas shopper into a customer who sticks around all year long. So, number one, all right, let's say thank you like we actually mean it. Okay? Gratitude, gratitude is one of the simplest and strongest marketing tools that you have. A heartfelt thank you, not a sales pitch, not an upsell. That shows customers, that they matter. People remember how you make them feel. And, genuine appreciation, well, that builds trust faster than any coupon code ever could. All right. Now, far, far, far too many makers, they treat the thank yous like, an afterthought. But when your message feels personable, when they feel personable, that thing's right, personal, it turns, a transition into a connection. A handwritten note, a video message, even a quick email or call that can really leave a lasting impression. That thank you, it feels human. It reminds your customers that you see them, and, that they are not just another number. So, some examples of this, maker sent out handwritten thank you cards after Christmas that just said, "Hey, you made this year amazing. Can't wait to make more memories next year." What happened? She got 12 reorders in January from those same customers. You know, Another printer, they filmed a 60-second video that said thank you. Uploaded to social media, tagged its top 10 customers, and got more engagement than any product post that they had done all year long or all month long. Excuse me. So, action step for this is we just need to write or record our thank you messages before December ends. And then we want to make sure that it's about gratitude and not selling. All right. Number two is let's turn our packaging into a silent salesperson. Every box we ship, every bag we ship, every envelope we ship, everything that ships, that is a marketing opportunity. Most customers are going to open it at home, and they might even, have family around. They might have the dog around. Who knows who they have around? They're going to have people around, which that means that your first impression, you know, and your follow up can all be rolled into one. Don't just pack your products. Pack your personality. Just include a small insert or card that makes them smile, educates them about your process, or simply just invites them to connect with you again. Doesn't have to be about fancy boxes. It's about the thoughtful touches. That simple insert, it can remind your customers who made their product and why that matters. So, some examples of this is, a small shop added a QR code inside every order that said scan to see how the shirt was made. And it links to a 30-second behind the scenes video of their product being made. And it just kept buyers talking about their brand weeks after the holiday. Another one included a card that read, "You made our sparkle a little brighter this season." And that one line that turned customers into fans. And several of those customers that they even posted their packaging online. So for this action step is we want to design a packaging insert that thanks, that connects, and encourages them to come back. And we want to make sure to make it feel personal and not promotional. Now, number three is let's follow up without feeling pushy, right? It's like a big fear. The key to the post holiday follow ups is just timing. Wait too long, that excitement fades. Reach out too soon, feels like a hard sell. There's that sweet spot of about, 2 to 3 weeks after delivery. It's just enough time for your customers to use, wear, or gift their order. And now your follow up can be as simple as, "Hey, how'd everything turn out for you?" Paired with just that little small incentive or, a new products drop. The goal isn't to pressure them. It's just to show them that you care and just to stay top of mind when they need something again. A great follow up says, "Didn't forget about you." Not, "Hey, buy this." So some examples is a printer emailed every December buyer in mid-January with a simple note that says, Hope your holiday shirts were a hit. Here's a little something for your next project." You know, 10% code, that wasn't the hero. It was the care that was. A laser engraver, they followed up by asking photos of customers using their gifts. The response, that turned into a user-generated content or UGC gold mine that fueled their February marketing. So, action step of this is let's just schedule one friendly follow-up email to holiday buyers for early January. Lead with care, close with curiosity. All right. Now, before we move on to 5 and 6, do we have any other questions, comments, concerns in here as we go through with it? Silhouette Studio has a stone option. Not sure how accurate it is. At least you can compare. There you go. Nicole, it's it's coming. I'm still trying to get stupid Loom to work, and I think I have to do it through here. In fact, there's a video that's on here being StreamYard that I just have to make sure it works. It's there. It's there. We're getting closer each day. Each day we're getting closer to it. Jerry, I can only cut with Silhouette. I don't have the fancy cutters. It does a good job cutting. At least the Cameo 3. Cameo, when we had our very first Busy Bee cutter, the Cameo crushed it when it came to flock. Just made everything easier. So the Cameo's rock and roll. Jeff says, in fact, my Cameo's down there, still down there. I have a Cameo 2. Love the Silhouette Studio. Use it all the time. Sometimes it does everything quicker than AI, right? I'm telling you right there. Okay, I'm still running X8. Will it go will it? No. I don't. Yes. No. No. Yes. 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 6 will work because it goes back to X7, I think, which I had to go back in my head because we have like version 15, 16, 17, then it bunches around there. Yes. Yes, it'll still work with that. So you'll be fine there. Old versions will not work. Old versions of Wizard will not work with new versions of Corel. That's the ticket. That's the ticket. I think he said you were okay. Yes, yes, yes. I don't bling, but I've been watching your mornings lives last month. So moving forward and always, from the 5 things to do to thank yous today, do you offer starter packs for Silhouette? As far as what on the starter pack? Because then we can look and see. Woo-hoo, I know it's right there. It's right there. It's right there. We're rocking and roll with it. Just check Silhouette does offer the choice between. Yeah, look at that. Woo-hoo. We're solving the crafting problems today. We're solving those. Okay, now numero 4. All right, numero 4. Hey, let's invite them into our community. Like, but what does that even mean? Well, repeat customers. It comes from connection. If you can pull your buyers into your world, your group, your page, your newsletter, you're not just selling products anymore. You're building belonging. People love to support who they feel part of. There is just, right here, right here. This is a great example of it. Angela doesn't buy billing. I've been watching the morning live for last month. So informative. She's in our community, right? You don't need to buy anything to be a part of that. Just in it. We're right here. Messages across the board. After the holidays, let's invite your customers to join your maker community. Follow you on social media. Let's give them reasons to stay. Sneak peeks, early access. Even polls. For your next design drop. For our mentorship communities, for our Hall of Fame members. In fact, I think of all the memberships on that level. We're going to start posting polls of here's Christmas designs. We're going to go through and we'll probably select, I think 3 to 5 is what we're going to have for transfers available, but there might be 10 to choose from. So hey, which ones are your favorite? And those top ones, those are, you guys will help, you guys will help create that for it. So, we want to give them a reason to stay. We are not building followers. We're building a community. We're building family. Examples of this is a spiritware decorator, sent post-holiday email with the subject, be part of the team, and invited buyers to join our Facebook group with early access to new merch. Within a week, the membership doubled. A tumbler maker, they offered their holiday customers an exclusive VIP design drop event in January. The customers who joined became her top repeat buyers for the rest of the year. So this is pretty simple for this action step, is we just need to choose one of our community platforms, email, group, text list, social media channel. And we just need to invite the holiday customers to join before January ends. And number 5, I think it's the most important. Let's give them a reason to return. Loyalty does not happen by accident. It's earned through consistency and care. We need to give our holiday customers a reason to come back soon. Whether it's a small discount, an early preview of new designs, or even, a thank you offer, that's just for them. The goal is to keep that relationship alive. But we're just not handing out discounts. We're pairing them with meaning. Make that offer feel like appreciation, not desperation, because people really do love to feel chosen. When your customers see you're thoughtful about their loyalty, they're going to keep choosing you. And that's going to happen long after that tinsel's gone. And some examples of this is, a shop emailed customers in January with the subject, you made 2025 sparkle. Here's a thank you from us. The offer, it was just free shipping on their next order. 27% people ordered within 2 weeks. Another small boutique owner created a customer appreciation week in January. No huge sales, just personal stories, behind the scenes posts, and a few exclusive designs. What happened? Engagement skyrocketed. The action step for this is we just need to create a small return incentive, like a loyalty code, a sneak peek, VIP early access. And we just include that with every thank you or follow up. So to recap all of this, what are we going to do? Let's wrap it up. Literally, here's how we're going to turn some holiday buyers into lifelong fans. We're going to say thank you like you mean it. Let that sink in for a second. Say thank you like you mean it. Let's turn your packaging into the silent salesperson. Let's follow up without feeling pushy. Let's invite them into our community. And 5, let's give them a reason to return. You know, December, it may bring the orders, but January is really where you're going to build that loyalty. When you make your customers feel seen, valued, and part of your story, they are going to keep coming back for more time and time and time again. So while the sale might end at Christmas, that just means the sale might end at Christmas. The relationship, that doesn't have to. That can just get started. So that's what we got for you today. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. We'd really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share, follow, the share, all of that for it. Friday's episode, fa la 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 funnels. Ooh, funnels are scary. I'll say that funnels are scary, and we're gonna talk about how to sell without feeling salesy. I know a lot of people are like funnels. What the hell's all of that about? And you will be surprised. You're probably doing funnels and don't even realize it. So that's what we're gonna talk about here. Coming up on Friday. Now, with that, any other questions, comments, concerns? We got a busy day. We got our mentorship call starting at 9:30. We got stuff to get out and go over here. We are going to be busting ass today. Tomorrow we've got a kidney specialist appointment. Like an hour and a half away. So probably work from like 4 in the morning till like 7:30, probably 8:30, and then head out to that, and then come back and finish there. So busy, busy day for. Let's see. Right, Sharon, you're probably right. If I didn't take time to do it, I'll put it in there. In fact, I started to record it on Monday, and then I realized that I couldn't record it while we were doing our mentorship call because then I'd have to block that one out. And then I'm like, I'll get to it, and then everything went to hell. Everything really went to hell. Starter pack, maybe a simple design to cut in stones that you need. The stone pusher, maybe. Oh, Angela, if you look, Angela, go to our website and check it out because there are. What do we have coming up? Let me look and see because you'll want something here in the. Let's see. Let me see what else we have coming up because today is the GCC Puma cutter that's on sale. Tomorrow the Hot Fix Rhinestone Crafter Kit is going to be on sale. That is regularly like 150. That's going to be on sale for 75. On so tomorrow's there on Friday. Friday the shoe kits are going to be on sale. Regularly 28. They're going to be on sale for 14. Saturday the Rhinestone T-shirt sample kit. That is regularly 50. It's going to be on sale for 25. Sunday the Rhinestone Heart decal kit is regularly 48. That's going to be on sale for 24. And then Monday, HTV and Vinyl Shield. HTV anything and Vinyl Shield will be on sale on next Monday. But if you go there and check it out, then on Tuesday, when we launch our Black Friday specials, you will see the Rhinestone T-shirt crafting kit, that starter kit, that will be on sale. The HTV Hot Fix Rhinestone Crafter Kit, that will be on sale. Rhinestuds will be on sale. Rhinestones will be on sale. The Essential Crafter Tool Pack will be on sale. Bling Book pages will go back on sale. Flatback Rhinestones will go on sale. Flatback Rhinestone Crafter Kits will go on sale. Hot Fix, everything's going to go on sale. So that'll be next week. So yeah, follow us on social media. Come over to the rhinestoneworld.com. You can see that somewhere right in here and be able to get over there. And there are kits in there. You can go right to the kits section and see the things on there for it. Let's see, Beryl. Hello to you. Yeah, Rhinestone starter kits. That's what it was. That will be something. Right now, it's closed. We until we build out the new platform, which we're hoping soon. There's just a little more complications on the back of it, and that way we'll go. Pilar's an hour behind us, so she's probably just getting in here in the next hour or so. Peg, missed everyone. Hello, going to rewatch. Team replay, make sure to put them there. I got the T-shirt starter kit. Woo! There we go. You're very welcome, Angela. And always ask your questions. You're good to go with it. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. I've got 24 minutes. I bet for Miss Nicole Spence over here, I can wrap up. Let's just cross you, Michelle or Nicole. Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. Cross your toes. Let's hope Loom works. If Loom works, I can bang this out really quick and have it posted over there. So that's what I'm going to go do right now. Right now, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go do a video showing the Gangify and how that updates and how you can put it right there. So let go with that, and so that way we can go from there. All right, hold on. What temp should I press glitter on the thin canvas? Define the canvas, like as far as it's going on a wall, something that's a static thing that's not getting washed or anything like that. If it's not getting washed, you can just tack press it there. It's not getting washed. Nothing. If it's going on a piece of canvas that's going on a wall as decoration, you can get away with a tack press on that. So yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here so I can go get Nicole's video made. You guys have an amazing day. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure to like and subscribe and share and follow, and let me know. Black Friday, should we go live, do this, maybe show some transfers for some transfers and things like that? Oh yeah, if it's like that and it's just a decoration, you can get away with just tack pressing it because you don't have to worry about it adhering and holding up during a wash cycle. So you can tack press it and you'll be there with it. Just I'm trying. I have to do this. Peggy, you would be surprised. It is as much for me as it is for you guys. I need to do this for myself to pump myself up and get it in it. So there. 315, depending on the, because like some of the glitter presses lower, some there. So yeah, you can do like 300, 315 and just go there for it. It just really depends on which one it is. Like there, 329 to 320. Each press is different. We'll be able to go with it. So, all right, you guys have a great day. Till next time. Peace, love, press on, and we will see you then. I got to hit the button. One of these days, I'll run.